Hello, it is match day 3, Group A in the AFC Champions League at the King Fahd International Stadium. Our focus on Sharjah against Al Rayyan. A group beginning to take some shape. A demanding schedule at this stage. Both clubs having played 2 games, and you can see nothing to separate them except for goal difference. Sitting second and third, Al Hilal, the team with an unblemished record, 2 played and 6 points. Istiqlal are propping up the division. The temperature is setting a fabulous setting for this match. Sharjah, well, they play in the UAE Pro League, 4th after 20 games, and Champions League experience, and this time round that single victory, that single defeat, and it keeps their chances very much alive. Same goes for Al Rayyan, featuring the Qatar Stars League in the Emir Cup. It's another big event for them. They lost 3-0 outclassed by the table toppers Al Hilal. The single success came at the expense of Istiqlal, who prop up this Group A. Winners Al Rayyan on that occasion by 3 goals to 2. Never met before in the AFC Champions League, so something of a step into the unknown. And just to reiterate, only goal difference is separating these 2 clubs. Sharjah have been hugely successful domestically. President's Cup, Super Cups, and winning a host of Pro League titles along the way. As for the AFC Champions League, well, they go back some way with a quarter-final berth as far back as 2004, a group stage in 2020, a round of 16 in 2021, and they're involved yet again. Al Rayyan, well, they finished bottom of their group in 2019 in the AFC Champions League, suffered the same fate last year, so they will hope for a marked improvement. Teams will be out very shortly indeed as we continue our countdown. And it is all about Group A, as is the case in the group stages. Still so much to play for, still, particularly in this group. Very little in it. Opportunity to just put some pressure on Al Hilal, who lead the way. Our first glimpse of the 2 sides. Sharjah in all white, And from Qatar, wearing black, it is Al Rayyan as they make their way out ahead of this Champions League group stage contest. History is made. Never before have they met in this competition. Can they keep alive and strengthen hopes of qualification? Still a lot of football to be played, just a win and a defeat from their 2 games so far in this competition. The teams line up, the preliminaries are almost complete. Defeat against Al Hilal, who lead the group, was the difficult night for Al Rayyan. Just unable to live with the quality of the opposition. This is the Sharjah starting 11, and changes from the side that been Istiqlal by 2-1 in come Majid Rashid and Saif Rashid and Usman Kamara, along with Mohammed Abdul Basit, and their head coach has so much experience, Cosman Olaroyo, who's won titles in Romania and China, coached in Saudi Arabia, the UAE and Qatar. Our referee is from Sri Lanka this evening, Dylan Pereira, the 2 captains. And an opportunity to take a look at the Al Rayyan starting lineup. They were beaten 3-0 by Al Hilal, but despite that, a temptation maybe to change playing personnel, just the one alteration from that losing side last time out with the inclusion of Tahim Al Abdullah. It is the one change made by their coach. Substitutes. And the reminder in terms of coaches, Al Rayyan with an interim coach in Nicholas Cordova. He's been in charge of the Qatar under-23 side and also Chile at under-20 level. There's the players of Sharjah, and in black, Al Rayyan. So identical playing records, separated only by goal difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for. Let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the referee can get the first half underway. Al Rayyan in black. Sharjah representing the United Arab Emirates this evening. We'll see how the two games that have come in quick succession impact on the players this evening, on their fitness levels. Johan Bully, who will lead the line for Al Rayyan, scored twice in the 3-2 triumph against Istiklal, so confidence as Sharjah with the first real attempt floated in and punched away by Fahad Yunus. They've got Bernard, once of Everton, a Brazilian international who can pull the strings, has a lot of experience, was on the score sheet in their win against Istiklal. And there is the interim coach, Nicolas Cordova, from Chile, watching on. Early pressure from Sharjah. Ben Malango, a Congo international, provides a goal threat, and Usman Kamara, 21 years of age, has come into this side. It will be Bernard to swing this corner into that 18-yard area. Abdul Basset's on the follow-up, and it's a decent ball out to that far side, drilled into the first time of asking, and then the shot spins away and ricochets behind. Sharjah with the early pressure, and a word from Dame Traore to try and tighten up defensively. Allowed the shot to come in, and it was an important block. It's early pressure from Sharjah. One more ball that is floated in. Referee's whistle, infringement spotted, free kick, but decent enough starts from the club representing the United Arab Emirates. Malango certainly using his height to full effect. Not only is an international, had a spell playing his club football in Morocco, and there at the opposite end is Johan Bully, Ivory Coast international. Talked about the experience of Bernard in Sharjah ranks. Well, for Al Rayyan, a certain Stephen Nzonzi, many remember his time in England playing his trade for the likes of Blackburn Rovers and Stoke City, and then moved to the likes of Roma and Sevilla followed, and he brings his vast experience to this Al Rayyan side. Just settling in the opening 5 minutes. At the back, Mohamed Juma, Ahmed Yassir, Dame Traore and Ali Malola. Defensive line for Al Rayyan. Forced all the way back to halfway, and here is Traore, joined the Qatari club in 2018 from Al Dahel, French-born. Will be a free kick in favour of the Qatari side, taken by Al Malola. Chance to run at defenders is Bully looking for support. And then Amajese. Bernard with that midfield threat, little ball chipped forward, it's asked questions, gets between two defenders and then looks long and hard at the referee, who shakes his head. Early talking points and an early penalty appeal that is waved away. It was the most delightful ball, dinked forward by Bernard, able to get behind and between those two defenders, and then as he went down, our referee from Sri Lanka was unimpressed, and play continues. First big talking point of this Champions League match. Al-Balula. Traore's ball on the angle is perfectly judged, and a chance now for Rayyan, and away behind for the corner. Well, this was the talking point. There's the ball, lovely ball in between two. Felt that he was impeded. Usman Kamara, the player that goes down inside the penalty area, and then the appeals. Malango can see what he felt as well. And Rayyan's turn with Bolly there, and you can see Stephen Nzonzi as well. Chance to provide some early pressure of their own. And it was Bernard's challenge, late, clear free kick. Now could they set something up from this sort of range? Nzonzi will push forward. Plenty of incidents early on, 8 minutes. It's fired in and returned at the first time of asking. Back again with Nzonzi trying to force his way through that challenge, loses possession, and at the other end, it's the recalled Usman Kamara. There he is, wearing 30. Malango's ball picked him out. Couple of touches and then always rising from Kamara. Under contract until 2024 with this club, just 21 years of age. Able to deal with that long goal kick, and then a free kick is conceded. 11 there is safe, Rashid. Knocked on by Nzonzi. He will stay forward to provide a bit of support for Tamim Al-Abdullah and Johan Bolly. It breaks for Rayyan, and then they in turn concede a free kick. It's clipped there on the edge of that Sharjah penalty area. So two players with huge experience down the years, both having featured in the UK. Bernard with Everton, of course, and Nzonzi with Blackburn and Stoke. Influential performers in a Champions League contest, and that could run kindly and does. Never really generated the pace, Bernard, that he would have liked to. It's a clear scoring opportunity falling to the former Everton midfielder, got the shot away. Really troubled Fahad in the Al Rayyan goal. Just bundled off the ball. Sharjah's turn to try and press. Well, Bernard had already scored against Istiklal, and this was a chance. It ran kindly off the challenge from Nzonzi, but would have hoped and expected for a better strike in the end. Nzonzi certainly pulling the strings in that midfield. Lifted forward, and then the sliced clearance will give Al Rayyan the throw-in on this near side. Salim Sultan, the player from Sharjah, who just got his angles all wrong with that sliced clearance. Another international footballer. He's been with Sharjah since 2019. Recruited from Al Wada. It's the word to Mohamed Abdul Basit as the challenge. Another free kick for the Qataris. Just waiting for Nzonzi's return. Stood inside the opening quarter of an hour as that is whipped in. May have a second opportunity. And then possession is lost. Surge forward is Bernard's. Plenty in white forward inside the opposition half, and that challenge slides in, takes the ball, and now play will be halted. Malengo involved, as was Al Rayyan's Osama El Tairi. Malengo remains down, and plenty of talking points with not even 15 minutes played. Penalty appeal waved away, the chance for Bernard that he couldn't take. Two clubs hoping to put pressure on the group leaders, needing to certainly win today if they are to hope that the leaders slip up and they can make up that 3-point deficit. Both of these sides with a win and a defeat. What a coach of vast experience there for Sharjah, Cosmin Onoroyu. He won a remaining league title in his spell with Steaua Bucharest. He won a title in China. And then you look at the big clubs that he was involved with in Qatar and in the UAE, and for that matter in Saudi Arabia. So it is a very decent track record for Cosmin Onoroyu. And his side have certainly enjoyed the best scoring opportunity, which fell at the feet of Bernard. They have conceded that free kick. Usman Kamara is the player penalised, and Rayyan quick to break over halfway. Able to turn unselfish now on that left foot. It's Tamim Al-Abdullah's effort, blocked. And then a chance for Sharjah to get forward. Certainly an open spectacle, this group stage. Two teams displaying plenty of attacking intent. And Hassan Salah. 13 is Salem Sultan. Into feet. Malengo is through the middle, just checked his run for a moment. Al Hassan Salah continues his run down this left flank. Kamara's ball. Looking for that final defence-splitting pass that might give them an opportunity of getting in behind the defence. It's rolled back and intercepted, and then won back for a moment at least. This time, Al Rayyan. Push on Yarin Brahimi. He's another of the key performers in this Al Rayyan side. Zonzi. The moment, two teams that look well matched, as that ball is lifted long to try and pick out the run of Johan Bolli. The other end, some defending to do it, just drops kindly for Sharjah. The referee's whistle had gone. Challenge coming in. Just that left arm of Kamara reaching across. Nicholas Cordova, the man trying to mastermind some Al Rayyan success. Step up for him after under-23s with Qatar and his experience at under-20 level back in his homeland. 19 played, still stalemate. Lovely little flick on. And they may still be able to keep this momentum. Bernard can always pick a pass and find a teammate. There's Malengo to try and cut in on that driving run into the area, and marshalled, controlled defending to prevent Malengo from getting into a scoring situation. Just stuck with a player, did the defensive work required. Well, 20 minutes played. Sharjah 0, Al Rayyan 0. From Sharjah, we've seen the signs of Malango and Kamara carrying a strike threat, and for Al Rayyan, Johan Bolly with a couple to his name against Istiklal. Al Hassan Salah will take this throw for Sharjah then. With the group winners guaranteed qualification, they cannot afford to slip up either of these sides, because otherwise it will be about the prospects of a place in the playoffs for the three best sides in the West region. We guarantee they will be one of the three, but we've got a lot of football, as I say, to play, so can they put some pressure on the team sitting top of the table? Just wouldn't run through for Al Hassan Salah. Options both ways, lovely little 1-2, and then hooked away and out of play. This is Shukurov. Anywhere will do, as that is hoisted away from that 18-yard area. Sharjah will have to do it all over again. Al Hassani has watched on for most of this encounter. The last line of defence for Sharjah hasn't already been called into action. Joined from Alawara back in 2017. Ali's initial run to try and set Johan Bolly away. Instead it's with that Sharjah back line to build again and then give it away very carelessly, and free kick has been awarded. It's a little sloppy, a little lazy. Not the first time we've seen a free kick opportunity. Plenty of height in this Al Rayyan side. Pushing, shoving, player went down, and the match official will want a little word there before we see Yarin Brahimi's free kick. Now we can see Brahimi. Easy enough for Al Hassani. "24 minutes that really has not offered up a clue as to a dominant force in this group stage fixture. Bernard turns and tries to find one of the front two of Malango and Kamara. Too much on it in the end. Back with Traore. Yasek, and when you think about springing out of defence, just slips square to his defensive partner. Back with Fahad. There is Traore. Plenty of loft on that ball. Routine save in the end for Adel Hassani. 20 minutes remaining to find a way through in this first half. Only goal difference is separating the two clubs. Sharjah with Bernard still going. How important was that? Ahmed Yasser with a very, very vital block. Bernard was the player on the move and able to get the shot in, blocked by Yasser, and now with Rayyan's turn, needed a better final ball than that. Never going to find Brahimi. Well, it's two clubs that continue at every opportunity to play an attacking brand of football. Front two of Kamara and Smilango looking to link up again. That's intercepted, and then Bernard's final ball just dropped a little short in the end. And the team from Qatar over halfway, Brahimi involved. Very evenly poised. Both with AFC Champions League experience. And Rayyan's involvement both in 2019 and last year was not what they had hoped for, propping up their respective groups in both years. Here they are, trying to create something. Persistence of Johan Body, the Ivory Coast striker, winning that corner. And Brahimi, as always, the captain, as a set-piece specialist. Corner kick then, inching ever nearer to the 30-minute mark. The tall figure of Nzonzi is there. It may come all the way back out for a shot that again ricochets and drops for Brahimi. And Nzonzi involved. Fahad will come out of his penalty area. And the best option away on that far side. Back it is with the Al Rayyan first choice keeper, maintaining his place in the side. Launched long, lovely header forward, and Bernard slips it into space, and then well, the effort again blocked. And we've seen that a number of times. Al Rayyan able to get bodies in the way and provide the block. Increasingly influential, the Brazilian midfielder Bernard, one of the better chances of the game so far, one of the better scoring opportunities of the first 29.5 minutes. Yet to deliver us a goal, though. Just evaded a challenge, did Brahimi. And then left down, and clearly in some distress, and the challenge warrants a yellow card in the view of our Sri Lankan official, but it was late. Mohamed Abdul Basit is the player that is booked. Well, they've had no shortage of free kicks. Again, over the ball is Brahimi. Sort of service on this one. To tidy up and get it partially clear, but no real distance on the attempted clearance. There's the captain again, illustrating his ability on the ball. Way on that far side, trying to keep the ball in, and then gifting possession back to Sharjah. Just the one forward. And the referee again felt the challenge on Malango was a fair one. Same again, player goes down, referee allows play to continue. Usman Kamara, the player that's come into the Sharjah front line. Only goal difference separates these two clubs, and in terms of the scoreline, we are deadlocked at 0-0 and into the last 13 minutes of the first half, in which the Brazilian Bernard has enjoyed as good a chance as Sharjah have created. Can Rayyan with that man, Johan Bolli, create something themselves? Well, the free kicks have kept on coming, and this is certainly within striking range for Brahimi, who suspects decision to be made as he looked for an ambitious strike, or instead look for a teammate, and it's the second option he goes for. Kept in and then floated into that area, defended successfully. Back it will come again, trying to target Bolli. Now Sharjah break and well brought back there, Bernard, and I think Dame Traore can have any real complaints. Knew what he was doing, premeditated, took Bernard out the picture with the challenge. So moments after we saw a caution for Mohamed Abdel Basid, for Rayyan, it's Dame Traore who goes into the referee's book. Sharjah's free kick then. Here is Al Hassan Saleh. Shukrov there, Otabek Shukrov, the Uzbek midfielder and international. And a long searching ball, acknowledged by Ben Malango, the Congo international, but he was just unable to keep it in play. And then first touch from Brahimi gives it away. Had cover defensively though. And then Nzonzi can help it forward and held up by Bolli. One back by Sharjah. They cannot keep possession. And how is Rayyan? Player down at the moment. Play continues. Brahimi trying to find a way through, inviting little ball. And he will continue his run forward. Here is the captain. Free kick. He has caused problems. Just able to draw the challenge from Majid Rashid. And Brahimi, who takes the free kicks, has won a free kick, and this is in one of the best positions they have managed for a set piece all first half. Well, the goals have come from Johan Bolli, but there are plenty others in black tonight who carry an obvious threat. All about Brahimi's delivery. Imposing figure of Nzonzi is there, so is Dame Traore, so is Bolli. Plenty of likely targets. It's that right foot, is it, of Brahimi to angle that in to the 18-yard area, congested. Thought he went for goal himself. Help behind, but a defending to do. Malango's back there to help out for Sharjah. Same player to take another set piece. Met at the near post successfully to repel the threat. And Rayyan with plenty forward. Another ball on the diagonal. And always Adel Al-Hassani's ball. Rolled short, and then tried to hit long. Bit of work by Tamim Al-Abdullah to actually get the block in. At the moment, it's the two defences who have come out on top. An early chance for Bernard, a couple of cautions. Keeper's not stretched so far. Not enough goal-scoring opportunities. I'm sure both coaches will expect to see more from their teams in and around the penalty area. Another challenge, another free kick. At times it has been a bit stop-start. Bolli felt that. So, under 7 minutes remaining. Here is the captain. He's been certainly one of their better performers. The experience of Nzonzi, and then the goal-scoring ability of Johan Bolli in Al Rayyan colours. Bernard with a little give and go. Salam Sultan involved, and on this near side, Al Hassan Saleh, and then Bernard's ball. We've seen that a couple of times in towards Malango and dealt with. Does slide a lovely ball through as Bernard. Another opportunity and another example of what the midfielder is capable of. Knocked it forward and offered up a chance for Malango. Well, an eye for the spectacular for the player that's been brought in, Usman Kamara, but straight into the body of Fahad. And Al Rayyan to get over halfway. Al Malola on loan from Al Zuhail. Challenge on Hashim Ali. Another card, another booking, this time to Saif Rashid. Just a few that need to have a look around and tread carefully. Here's the challenge, and that results in the card. Hashim Ali was the player on the receiving end, and we are into the last 5 minutes of a Group A stage match, which sees two clubs just locked together. Goal difference is all that provides a difference in this group. Second against third. Well, they would have hoped for more goal-mouth incidents, but not for the want of trying. From certainly Johan Bolly and the support of Brahimi, for Al Rayyan and for Malango and Kamara just linking up for Sharjah, and that midfield industry and creativity of Bernard. Shukrov. Lovely first touch. The referee will be quick to get across. Masengo, and then the shake of the hand, and play can resume. An opportunity to try and exert some pressure on the team in top spot by taking maximum points from this evening contest. At the moment, the cutting edge in the final third has been severely limited for both clubs. And these maintain and preserve the stalemate for the final minutes. Bernard, every time he gets the ball, sense that he can conjure something a little special. Now with Al-Hassan Saleh, and then with Bernard's ball in, and here he is again. Now the free kick literally given away, with the challenge a yard or two outside of the area, and that will be one of their better opportunities. Well, you can see Traore's tackle, then he has words with the referee, but a clear free kick in a very dangerous position. I'm surprised that Bernard has the ball in his hands. Not a lot to do so far for Al Rayyan's keeper Fahad. Will that change in the closing minutes of the first half? It's the opposition. It's Al Rayyan that have had more of the free kicks that have gone their way. But Bernard, with all that experience, he's had their best chance of the game, and it would appear, if Shukrov stands away, that it will be Bernard to try and make something of this free kick. Set piece, and it comes off wonderfully well, and the player that has looked more and more dangerous is able to strike in the final minute of the first half, and Sharjah go in front, courtesy of the Brazilian Bernard, with a free kick that finds a way through. Bernard's goal right at the end of the first half, drilled low, an unerring finish, and the advantage very much with Sharjah at the end of the first half, and Bernard has done the damage. Sharjah 1, Al Rayyan 0. Once of Shakhtar Donetsk and Everton, the Brazilian always a threat from free kick situations, makes it count. And we are almost at half-time. Well, the amount of free kicks that Al Rayyan and their captain Yassin Brahami have enjoyed came to nothing. Bernard comes up with the moment that matters. And into the last minute of time added on. Time for one final free kick. 30 seconds or so remaining. Here's the goal scorer. Coach wants it played forward. Ricochet's back out of play, and that should be that. Well, certainly a dramatic conclusion to a first half where we were looking for more goalmouth incident. Well, it was left for Bernard to make his mark, and Sharjah hold the initiative in this Group A contest. It is for Al Rayyan to find a way back in the second 45 minutes. A single goal is the difference. And at the break, Sharjah lead Al Rayyan by a goal to nil. Welcome back ahead of the second half. One goal is the difference. And Bernard, the player that has scored it to give Sharjah the advantage. There is the goal scorer. Experience of Steven Nzonzi. Can they turn it around in the second 45? One change made by Sharjah. Abdullah Kazim is the player that's been brought on. And now Rayyan with work to do in all black. Sharjah wearing the all white. Sharjah beating Istiklal by 2-1. Gave them the one success in this Group A, a group that is led by Al Hilal, who play a little later against the side propping up the Group A table. So it is about finding a winning performance to put some pressure on the group leaders. Last year saw Sharjah get through to the round of 16. Have reached the quarter-final of this competition before, and in terms of domestic success, well, they have enjoyed plenty of that down the years. As for Al Rayyan, they were well beaten by Al Hilal by 3-0. And just like their opponents, the one victory came against Istiklal, looking to find a route back. Another important defensive block. And a free kick will provide them with a brief respite. Challenge penalised. Ali Malola on loan from Al Dahel is the player that gave that free kick away safe. He's on. It's the second change for a team already leading as Kazim, wearing 21. The other player to come on at the start of the second half, Abdullah Kazim. Well, Bernard's goal at the end of the first half, it came in the closing moments, to the delight of their coach Cosmin Onoroyo, who has enjoyed so much success and has managed in so many different countries, from Romania to China to Saudi Arabia to the United Arab Emirates, and of course Qatar, given in favour of Al Rayyan. Shukurov's ball just goes against Usman Kamara, player that was brought into the side tonight by the coach, 21-year-old. Certainly has linked up with Ben Malango, the Congo international. But the goal coming from a midfielder is the skipper. Yassine Brahimi with a number of free kicks. Supported by Nzonzi, Stephen Nzonzi in that central midfield position. This is Amajese. Find the feet of Bolly, can help it on. And there's Bernard. Every time he won possession and was able to surge forward, you always sensed he had the ability to provide the telling through ball. We saw that on a number of occasions. Making all that experience down the years count. This is Majid Rashid. And lifted forwards. And the volley over. Well, Malanga, best chance yet for him. And he knows it. Applause from his strike partner. Lovely ball. Chipped into space. Defence nowhere. And too high on the volley by Glenn Malanga. Well, so far so good. But the lead is a narrow one. Need the cushion of a second goal, you suspect. Again, lifted long. Shukurov on the stretch, and Majid Rashid, and then the substitute Majid Sarur from one side of the pitch to the other, trying to build something meaningful. There is the inviting cross, and again it's that man Malanga that goes head to it. A real threat in the air is Ben Malanga, certainly climbed high. Decent start from the team, already leading by that single goal. Never met before in the AFC Champions League. Tonight is a first. It's almost slipped through. Just got a touch on that. Substitute, there he is. Abdulazim, who looked to just thread that through. Forward by Salam Sultan. And then Al Hassan Saleh on that far side, looking for Kazim. Clear pull there. And a free kick for Rayyan, and well, Johan Bolly can take his place furthest forward. Here's Brahimi, and again with the captain. And he makes something happen. With Al Hilal playing later, cannot afford a second defeat. These two clubs have already lost one and won one. Aside from Qatar, left with it all to do. We've seen a number of early substitutions in this competition. Mansour and El-Kobi is the change. Haven't waited too long. And Rayyan El-Kobi then on. Bernard with that free kick at the end of the first half. Keepers have not had too much to do. Sadame Traore able to find a colleague, and then a rather loose pass gives possession back to Sharjah on the front foot, makes space for the shots. Wayward in the end. You can see the frustration on the face of Usman Kamara. No emotion shown from Al Rayyan's interim coach, Nicolas Cordova, as his side attempt to claw back a single goal deficit. Much of the players taken place in the early stages of the second half inside their own half. It's dealt with by Al Hassan Saleh. It's the third group game for these clubs. Not just the challenge of topping a group, but also about the physical fitness of being able to play a number of games in a very short period of time. It may open up, final ball through, left a bit to be desired, and didn't give Usman Kamara any chance at all. So changes made from the bench. The one thing that stays the same is the scoreline. Another simple piece of defending. It's back with the rather untroubled Adel Hassani. Need a bit more service in to Brahimi, to Johan Bolli, to Hashim Ali. Ahmed Yasser, at that time in Japan, playing in the J1 League with this El-Kobi on his side, are trailing as we look again at the interim coach. Just saw for a moment Cosmin Olaroyo, and then his opposite number, Nicolas Cordova, needing a second half response. And just a few words there. Our referee is from Sri Lanka this evening, Dylan Pereira. That was the flash points. Suggestion of the push from Shaheen Abdulrahman. Free kick to Al Rayyan. As always, Brahimi on the score sheet against Estakol will take. Can he find the ball into the box? White shirts able to cut out that thread. And Hassan Saleh helped to his feet, the 30-year-old left-back who came from Emirates back in 2016. Two teams that look well matched. It's Sharjah with the slanderous advantages and Bernard with a free kick. Well, they have five, almost six players just on the edge of that area. Now they make their run. Sharjah play in the UAE Pro League, sitting fourth after some 20 games. This is Shukurov. Did well to evade the challenge, Majid Suru. Haven't gone anywhere though, but maintaining possession. Mango tries to pick out his strike partner. Kamara onto that right foot, unselfish. Just slid into the path of Abdullah Kazim. Best chance so far. And a game where the yellow cards are mounting up. Shukurov, the latest, the big Shukurov, on a yellow card. Well, that was a good chance. I was going to say it's taken, what, 15, 16 minutes of the second half to create something. Just really unselfish there. Could have gone for goal and decided to roll it into the path of Abdullah Kazim. Closed down very quickly though. Having the better of this second half. Here is the substitute. Kazim again, a lovely ball, teasing ball across the face of goal. Just unable to get on the end of it. On the stretch was the goal scorer Bernard, but the idea was a good one. Created the space, got the angle right. Plenty of bend on that ball, just beyond Bernard. Rayyan need to impose themselves on this second half because we haven't seen too much of them going forward with any real threat. Haven't been able to get the likes of Bolly involved. The service has been lacking. The skipper coming to this near side. Take control. Yassin Brahimi leaves the throw in the ends. But Nzonzi and Brahimi to start winning that midfield department. Free kick given away. Majid Suru's challenge. And again, a clear free kick is Brahimi. Past one, tries to go past two, it's a lovely run. Gets the corner, does Yassin Brahimi. they've waited some time to fashion some sort of second half chance. Player down is Ahmed Yassir, just there, stopped by Majid Surur. The word from our match official, and this corner can be taken. Rayyan waiting to take this set piece, and yet more pushing this time. Usman Kamara was the culprit. Finally, we can have this corner, which is hammered in, met on the line by Steven Onzonzi to put away the rebound he could simply not miss. And they have tied it up at 1-1, almost 20 minutes into the second half. It is a corner routine that works well, and the goal by Nzonzi from what, a yard out, he simply could not miss. Back in the contest, and all level after Bully's header stayed out, and Nzonzi made the follow-up effort count. 1-1. Spells at Blackburn, at Stoke, at Sevilla and Roma. Vast experience to bring to this Champions League campaign. And Al Rayyan's midfielder, Steven Nzonzi, with as simple a goal as he will score this season, and any season for that matter. Stabbed away there by Ahmed Yassir. Will that lift the confidence levels among the players from Qatar? One at the other end, defending to do, and done by Dimitri Hori. Well, they have been well matched throughout, and despite Sharjah having the better in this second half, one chance, one goal comes from a corner, and it is scored by Steven Nzonzi. Credits Bolly, Johan Bolly in the first instance, for getting his header on target and testing keeper Adel Al-Husani. Bolly again putting himself about, and Ahmed Yassir having a say, and just a little altercation off the ball between Messrs Bolly and Ahmed Yassir. Is Al-Hassan Saleh, experienced left-back. Sharjah have to do it all over again. Already with a 3-point gap at the top for Al Hilal. A point is not good enough for either of these clubs. Need to win the stage of the group matches. Striding forward with purpose. There's the skipper Brahimi to take control, and then slide a ball into the path of his teammate, his Bully. Little ball which is perfectly judged, and then Brahimi, challenge keeper, well, didn't have to make the save, because that tackle was right under the nose of the referee. He was a yard or two away, and clear. Free kick. Majid Surur's tackle, another lazy one on Brahimi, and his momentum shifting. They've equalised, and this time it's another free kick Had plenty in the first half, which they really couldn't take advantage of. Can they at least test Adil Hassani? Only placing the ball. Maybe a different free kick taker. We've seen Brahimi try on a number of occasions. It is left for Johan Volley, steps up. Well, unable to test the keeper. Just managed to curl that around the wall, but around the post as well. Zonzi. It's looking a little better, a little more confident since finding the equalizer. "20 minutes remaining. Two teams level on points in the group and level this evening. Second half certainly started well for Sharjah. They looked the more dominant, they looked the more likely to score, but having created very little, and Rayyan with that corner opportunity and taken by Steven Nzonzi after Bolly's effort had stayed out because of the save. Front two looking to combine one more time. Kamara Malango. Here is Kamara. Well, Rashid in support, and then it's Kazim. Hooked away. And found in the process by Kamara. Usmani. Kamara. Well, it does set us up for a final 20 minutes. The story of the game, a late goal in the first half from the Brazilian Bernard to edge Sharjah into a single goal lead, and then Steven Nzonzi's second half reply. That is the way it stays. True cross ball, here he is again, wearing 29, and then swept away to that far side. Bernard is in close support, hugging that touchline. Away on the left, not needed on this occasion. Can they get him back involved? Here he is, certainly knows how to pick a pass. This is the substitute, Majid Saror. Majid Rashid able to keep it in. Onto that left foot, always going wide. Kazim's left foot effort, dragged wide. Sharjah's turn to threaten in front of goal. Rayyan were beaten convincingly by the table toppers Al Hilal, but the coach deciding against wholesale changes. In fact, at the start of play, only brought in Tahim Al Abdullah. It was their one and only change, and they've managed to come up with a second half response. All to play for. Free kick. And more to say for Johan Volley, becoming a frustrated figure as the challenge. He felt that he was being held. Decision went against him. Are we to see a late winner? Volley's header volleyed away and then kept in. He's trying to get outside of their own half. Bernard pings a ball forward and then volleyed in to the opposition half, controlled by Duarte, and then forward from Steven Nzonzi. And then it's Ahmed Yassir's ball, and he find a white shirt, and that's a little late by the goal scorer. On Kazim, this is Majid Rashid, able to pick up pace. Steered forward, cut out, dropped off by Nzonzi. Smash long. Body comes back, and it's another free kick that the striker has conceded. Decisions going against the Ivory Coast international. His header set up the follow-up effort for the goal scorer Steven Nzonzi into what, 15 minutes remaining. A group where Al Hilal involved as well today, with a 3-point margin over Sharjah and Al Rayyan, with only the group winners guaranteed the place in the round of 16. Spread out towards this near side, a little lacking, a little wayward. Shukrov's ball didn't come off, and here Al Rayyan trying to build something with Al Kobi. Room on the right, and Nzonzi is charging through the middle. He remains forward, so does Bolly. It's Brahim in a turn. Dispossessed. And having one possession, races forward, Kazim is stopped, free kick. And again, came across, and clear foul. Latest change. Both coaches able to use the strength on the bench. Salim Saleh, wearing 23, prepares for his second half introduction. Very warm evening, and heading into the final closing stages, with a scoreline which offers up a chance for either of these teams to win what is their third group match. One goal should win it at this stage of proceedings. But it has been a match in which Fahad in the Al Rayyan goal and his opposite number Adel Al Hassani have really had that much to do in terms of saves of note. That free kick is long, cushioned header, bicycle kick. That was, well, an eye for the spectacular. Couldn't get the telling contribution. And now Nzonzi able to bring it forward, and they'll venture over halfway. should open up as well. Spaces should, in the last 10 minutes or so, become more and more as teams commit players forward and leave the gaps and spaces. Mohamed Jumar is the player who is being withdrawn. Mufta is on. Wearing 7, Kali Mufta. There was the bicycle kick, and then they looked for more of the same. When he came into the team, the 21-year-old striker gave them a fresh option, linking up with Blemelango. Bandaged head of Abdullah Kazim returns to the fray. Not been able to have the same influence on second half events as Bernard, rather a peripheral figure since the restart. His goal gave them a lead in the final minute of the first half, and Nzonzi levelled it up. Stephen Nzonzi levelled it up with the second half response for Al Rayyan. Scoreline, if it remains this way, would mean both of these clubs have won one, lost one, and drawn one. Still a bit to go. That was trying to pick out the run of Brahimi, and then didn't just come on. Kali Mufta concedes a free kick. Hopeful and too long for Kamara to chase down, and then dropped off by Nzonzi, and Rayyan caught in possession. Free kick for the challenge on Majid Saror. Waiting for the goal scorer to deliver. They come up with something. Bent in. Headed away. Another ball which just floats away and out. Defending for Al Rayyan to do, having got back into this match. Bernard's corner. Kazim is close by. Still enough. Nzonzi. Well, clock is ticking down. If we are to have some late drama. First ever meeting of these clubs. And for Nzonzi, they will have the throw. And with the time that will be added on at the end of 90, there is still, you suspect, a bit left in this. You'd have thought that one of these sides would have a decent scoring opportunity still to come. Amajase, Dimitrori. Played in Japan, did the Rayyan defender Amajese. Forward with Shaheen Abdulrahman, the bandage figure of Kazim, and Zonzi away, and Brahimi skips away, picks up pace, and offside volley. It's been that sort of second half for Johan Bolly. A few decisions have got his way, and then as that ball was just steered through, he was in a clear offside position. Good defensive header. Zonzi. It's one of the recent changes. Khalid Mufta. The way this group is panning out at the moment, it's about a victory, both at the moment having to make do with a point as that is played into the 18-yard area. Maybe another chance. Look for a free kick that doesn't come. Bonnie back to help out. Rayyan desperately trying to get out of their own half. Can't do so. Good work that by Majid Sarur. There's the foul on Bernard. Final few minutes then. And the teams that were all level on points cannot be separated in Group A. It was only all about goal difference that saw them in different positions in the group, with Al Hilal leading the way. The latest change, and it comes for Al Rayyan very late on. One last opportunity maybe. Abdul Halim Masoudi is on. Bolly stays forward. He's the lone figure in a position inside the Sharjah half. Rather crowded out. And this time the striker sees a decision go in his favour. Just confirmation of the substitution. In search of a late winner, having brought themselves back into the contest, is Khalid Mufta. And volleyed away. Abdul Rahman, the skipper. First time clearance. Well, they've scored from one corner. Can they repeat the feat right in the final moments? Cannot get beyond that near post. Well, his side have come back to look as if they are going to take a point. Match day 3 for these clubs in a Group A fixture. It looks as if it's going to end all square into the final minute, just beyond, frustratingly, the target. Worked hard have Kamara and Malengo, without personal reward. Just waiting to see how much time will be added on. Pulled back and unsurprisingly it is another caution. Flurry of yellow cards in this contest. Hashim is cautioned, and we have played 90 minutes. Hashim Ali, the latest to be booked, stretching a defence. The Traore comes across. Three minutes is all we have. Bernard comes to provide some support and then swept into the path of Saror. Indeed, Saror will get the return pass, and Bernard offers himself up, trying to twist away and then maybe go for goal. Decent enough strike, just couldn't get it on target. And their goal scorer nearly with a second to settle this contest once and for all, just wide from the Brazilian. We are going to have identical records in Group A. It was only about goal difference. In the end, it would appear they've cancelled each other out. Not a game where either keeper have had to make a succession of saves. It's not been that sort of match. Less than 16 minutes remaining, 6. Final 30 seconds then. If you look again at the push on volley, maybe there is still time. Well, this could be it. Brahimi, the captain, hasn't had too much joy with free kicks. Of course, they did have joy with a corner routine that was worked well and got the equalizer. What can Brahimi do? He's the player that stands over the ball. 6 furthest forward. It's too much in the end on that floated free kick and collected by Al-Hassani, who bowls it out, and that is that. Two teams that have had to settle for a point in the end. It was Bernard's goal in the final minute of the first half from a well-taken free kick that gave Sharjah the first half initiative, only for Stephen Nzonzi to level matters after the header by Johan Bolli from a corner was cleared by Adel Hassani, only as far as the grateful recipient Nzonzi from a yard out, and he could not miss. So A point each for these sides in Group A. They've won one, they've drawn one, and they have lost one. Nothing to separate them tonight. A point apiece, full time. Sharjah 1, Rayyan 1.